How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you 25 absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the Dealmania sale that runs through March 11th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my daily coverage of every sale that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 25k by the end of the year, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. For $9.99, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is an explosive, hyper-stylish action showcase where Nero, Dante, and Virgil tear through demons with over-the-top combos and some of the most polished combat systems in the genre. You'll dive into fast, technical battles across slick gothic environments packed with flashy animations, high-speed movement options, and escalating encounters that reward precision, creativity, and pure spectacle. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 70 hours to platinum. For $8.74, Hades is a razor-sharp roguelike dungeon crawler where Zagreus, the prince of the underworld, fights to escape his father's realm using fluid combat, powerful god-granted abilities, and endlessly variable builds that make every run feel exciting and unpredictable. You'll carve through shifting biomes, stack synergistic boons from the Olympians, and uncover new layers of story each time you fall and rise again. It's a 94 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Cult of the Lamb is a darkly charming roguelike management game where you play as a possessed lamb building a devoted cult, spreading your influence and crushing heretics across an ever-changing world. Explore procedurally generated regions, collect resources, perform rituals, and train your woodland followers, all while embarking on dangerous crusades that blend combat, exploration, and clever, tactical decision-making. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $5.99, The Forest is a first-person survival horror where you play as the lone survivor of a plane crash, struggling to stay alive in a mysterious forest inhabited by a society of cannibalistic mutants. You'll scavenge food, craft weapons, and build shelters ranging from small camps to sprawling oceanfront fortresses, all while exploring a vast network of caves, underground lakes, and dynamic environments filled with hidden dangers. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 55 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Cat Quest 3 is a whimsical 2.5D open-world action RPG where you play a swashbuckling privateer exploring the pirate-themed Caribbean in search of the legendary Northern Star. Sail your ship across vibrant seas, battle hordes of pirates, and use a refined combat system with tight combos, weapon swapping, ferocious spells, and environmental interactions, all playable solo or in local co-op with friends. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered is a classic JRPG set during a time of war, following Squall Leonhardt and the elite Seed mercenaries as they oppose the tyrannical forces of Galbadia and the sorceress Edea. Join forces with Rinoa and allies to navigate political conflict, shifting loyalties, and a sweeping sci-fi fantasy narrative that blends personal relationships with world-altering stakes across multiple nations and timelines. It's an 89 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 45 hours to platinum. For $7.49, Infamous First Light is a stylish open-world action-adventure that follows a superpowered inmate forced to confront tragedies from her past while navigating the dangerous streets of Seattle. You'll unleash devastating neon-based powers, scale city rooftops, and battle enemies in intense, high-octane combat while unraveling Fetch's dark secrets, seeking vengeance, and facing morally complex choices that shape her story. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Terraria puts the entire world at your fingertips, blending survival, exploration, and limitless creativity into a unique, action-packed sandbox adventure full of discovery, danger, and endless possibilities. Dig through expansive caverns, battle hundreds of enemies, and gather thousands of resources to craft powerful weapons, armor, and items, while shaping the world around you with your own constructions and ingenious mechanisms. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons remake is a beautifully reimagined adventure where two siblings embark on a heartfelt journey to find the fabled water of life and save their ailing father. Rebuilt with modern visuals, enhanced performance, and a fully re-recorded orchestral soundtrack, this remake preserves the original's touching narrative while enriching every scene with sharper detail and more cinematic presentation. It's an 87 on Game Rankings, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Assetto Corsa Competizione is a deep GT3 and GT4 racing simulator featuring laser-scanned tracks, advanced physics, and fully licensed teams and cars for a lifelike racing experience. Its detailed tire modeling, aerodynamic systems, and realistic mechanical damage make every lap intense, especially in endurance events where weather shifts and nighttime driving constantly challenge your precision. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, and unfortunately there's 3 broken trophies preventing the Platinum from being obtainable. For $9.99, DmC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition is a high-octane action game where you play as Dante, mastering stylish combos and wielding up to 8 unique weapons to battle through the chaotic, demonic realm of Limbo. This Definitive Edition includes enhanced 1080p graphics at 60 FPS, all original DLC, and new features that enrich combat, traversal, and story, delivering a seamless, adrenaline-fueled experience full of intensity and excitement. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $9.59, Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom is a story-driven RPG that follows young King Evan on a heroic quest to rebuild his kingdom, unite his world, and protect its people from looming dark forces. You'll explore an animated world that seamlessly blends cinematic storytelling with engaging gameplay, battle fantastical creatures in strategic real-time combat, and manage kingdom-building elements that shape the fate of your realm. It's an 87 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 85 hours to platinum. For $8.74, Pathologic 2 is a narrative-driven dramatic thriller where you take on the role of the town's new chief healer, racing against time to combat a deadly plague while navigating a collapsing rural society filled with paranoia, distrust, and hidden agendas. You'll explore a desolate, atmospheric town, seek out unexpected allies, and make impossible choices that determine who lives and who dies, all within a strict 12-day timeline. It's a 70 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $5.99, Shadow of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is a cinematic action-adventure that concludes Lara Croft's origin story as she battles to stop a Maya apocalypse and become the Tomb Raider she's destined to be. Explore dense jungles and hidden tombs, master stealth-based combat and traversal, and take on all 7 DLC challenge tombs alongside additional weapons, outfits, and skills in the most complete version of her defining journey. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $8.99, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is an open-world action-adventure set in Industrial Revolution-era London, where twin assassins fight to free the city from corruption and ruthless industrial barons. You'll lead a growing underworld empire, recruiting allies, toppling rival gangs, and using stealth, brutal melee combat, and dynamic parkour to liberate each district from Templar control and reclaim the city's streets. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Midnight Fight Express is a hyperkinetic, fast-paced action brawler where players control a former underworld operative lured back into the city's criminal chaos by a mysterious AI drone. Fight across levels using melee, firearms, and environmental weapons, level up skills through a combat tree, and unleash devastating combos, takedowns, and brutal street brawls while exploring neon-lit streets and customizing your appearance. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster brings 2 of the most beloved RPGs of their generation to PS4 with remastered graphics, updated audio, and polished gameplay that preserves the heart of the originals. You'll follow the journeys of Titus, Yuna, and their friends across stunning high-definition environments while engaging in strategic turn-based combat and experiencing 2 epic stories. It's an 89 average on game rankings, average trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 240 hours to get both platinums. For $5.99, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate is the definitive fighting game experience, combining 2 critically acclaimed, time-bending story campaigns with a full, complete roster of 37 characters. Battle through Towers of Time, The Crypt, Classic Towers, or online modes while reliving epic clashes with all previous guest fighters like Terminator, Joker, Spawn, and RoboCop, with Combat Pack 1, Aftermath Expansion, and Combat Pack 2 all included. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Star Wars Bounty Hunter is a third-person action-adventure that puts you in the armored boots of Jango Fett as he tracks down a dangerous Dark Jedi across the galaxy's criminal underworld before the events of Episode 2. Take on high-flying acrobatic battles, utilize gadgets like dual blasters and a flamethrower, and hunt targets through spaceports and industrial strongholds in this optimized classic built for modern consoles. It's a 70 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Darksiders Genesis is a top-down action-adventure that follows War and Strife as they hunt Lucifer and his minions, battling demons and unraveling a twisted conspiracy that threatens the delicate balance of creation. Swap between War's brutal melee attacks and Strife's agile ranged gunplay, tackle handcrafted levels solo or in seamless 2-player co-op, and upgrade abilities to survive increasingly challenging encounters in Hell. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, about 35 hours to platinum. For $7.99, Final Fantasy Type 0 HD is an action RPG where you control Class 0, 14 elite students from a prestigious military academy, as they fight to defend their homeland from a brutal, relentless invading empire bent on total conquest. Switch between characters in real-time combat, harness unique abilities and devastating magic, and experience a dark, war-torn world full of strategy, political intrigue, and high-stakes battles. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $9.89, Blasphemous 2 is a dark, gothic action platformer where the penitent one awakens in a new, twisted land, bound once more to the endless cycle of life, death, and penance within a cruel, unforgiving world. You'll traverse sprawling, non-linear regions, uncover hidden secrets, and battle through a nightmarish procession of monstrous enemies and colossal bosses that test both reflex and resolve in thrilling, punishing combat. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $9.89, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy is a courtroom adventure where you step into the shoes of Phoenix Wright to defend innocent clients, investigate crime scenes, and uncover the truth across 14 episodes spanning the first 3 games. You'll gather evidence, cross-examine witnesses, and piece together complex cases while navigating clever story twists, engaging dialogue, and tense trial sequences. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $7.49, The Wolf Among Us is a choice-driven narrative adventure set in a dark reimagining of the Fables universe, where fairy tale characters live in secret within the modern world, hiding dangerous truths and buried sins. You play as Bigby Wolf, investigating brutal murders while navigating morally gray decisions, tense interrogations, and a hard-boiled noir mystery where both what you choose and when you choose it can dramatically alter events. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $9.99, Everybody's Golf is a lighthearted, accessible golf game where you can swing, putt, and drive your way through creatively designed courses using just 3 button clicks, with colorful environments, playful character designs, and relaxing yet engaging gameplay. While online servers are shut down, all single-player offline modes remain fully playable, letting you enjoy golf your way at your own pace. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, and there's a number of broken trophies making the platinum unobtainable. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.